There was, once upon a time, a man and his wife, faggot makers by trade, who had 7 children, all boys. The eldest was but 10 years old, and the youngest only 7. One might wonder how that the faggot maker could have had so many children in so little a time. But it was because his wife went nimbly about her business, and never brought fewer than 2 at a birth. They were very poor, and their 7 children incommoded them greatly, because not one of them was able to earn his bread. That which gave them more uneasiness was, that the youngest was of a very puny constitution, and scarce ever spake a word, which made them take that for stupidity, which was a sign of good sense. He was very little, and, when born, no bigger than one's thumb, which made him be called Tom Thumb. The poor child bore the blame of whatsoever was done amiss in the house, and guilty or not was always in the wrong. He was, notwithstanding, more cunning, and had a far greater share of wisdom than all his brothers put together, and if he spake little, he heard and thought the more. There happened now to come a very bad year, and the famine was so great that these poor people resolved to rid themselves of their children. One evening, when they were all in bed, and the faggot maker was sitting with his wife at the fire, he said to her, with his heart ready to burst with grief, "Thou seest plainly that we are not able to keep our children, and I cannot see them starve to death before my face. I am resolved to lose them in the wood tomorrow, which may very easily be done, for while they are busy in tying up the faggots, we may run away and leave them without their taking any notice." "Ah!" cried out his wife, "and canst thou thyself have the heart to take thy children out along with thee on purpose to lose them?" In vain did her husband represent to her their extreme poverty. She would not consent to it. She was indeed poor, but she was their mother. However, having considered what a grief it would be to her to see them perish with hunger, she at last consented, and went to bed all in tears. Little Thumb heard every word that had been spoken, for observing, as he lay in his bed, that they were talking very busily, he had got up softly and hid himself under his father's stool, that he might hear what they said without being seen. He went to bed again, but did not sleep a wink all the rest of the night, thinking on what he ought to do. He got up early in the morning,